And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Here we go, another live stream, and consequently it's our final pre-season friendly of the summer against Union Berlin. Yes, we're out in the German capital to take on a team that's made a really impressive rise over the years. I have been following their little story, if you like. Of course, they did get promoted to the Bundesliga, I think for the first time in their history back in 2019, and then went on to climb up the ranks and go far, and even went as far as to the Champions League. Last year, though, they did see themselves have a drop-off and finished one place above the relegation playoff zone in the German Bundesliga, but still, certainly a very good opposition. They'll be looking to try and go back to the heights that they once were over the last couple of years. Good quality within the team, a side that's just beaten Dynamo Kiev in pre-season, a side that we could potentially be playing next week should the scoreline sort of remain relatively the same in their Champions League qualifier. But nonetheless, up against Union Berlin, a good side, an interesting side, and yeah, very much looking forward to it. From a Rangers perspective, well, we're very close to the start of the season. This time next week we'll be playing, or this time next week we would have played the game against Heart of Midlothian. And we are still very far away. However, I'm going to put behind that defeat against Birmingham in the past. As stated, we are still in pre-season, but today, I'm not saying I want to see the best ever thing from Rangers. I know it's still pre-season, but I do want to see a little bit. I want to see something that's going to fill me with a bit of joy, fill me with a bit of confidence ahead of that game against Hearts. I know we've got another week to go before the game, and maybe some more players will be coming in through the door. Since that Birmingham game, we brought in Cherney. However, he isn't in the starting 11, and nor is he actually in the lineup at all. So he's not making an appearance today, which I don't really like from my new signings. I quite like my new signings to be gelled in and playing with the rest of the team for all of pre-season, but we're not in an ideal world, unfortunately, and we're going to have to, play it by ear, so to speak, and just get players in through the door and just hope they adapt really quickly to this football club and to this team, and hopefully they hit the ground running, because that's what we're going to kind of need from our new additions, because there probably will be a couple during this week as we lead up to Heart of Midlothian. But as stated, let's go through the team lineups. I did kind of give you a little teaser. Of course, Cherney isn't going to be starting. So the starting 11 is as follows. Butland starts in goal. James Tavernier out on the right. Suter, Davies, Yefty out on the left. Baron, Diamande, Lawrence as the midfield three. And up top is Scott Wright, Cortez and Dessers. Now, before I butcher this team and go through what I don't want for Saturday, guys, it's only my opinion, of course, but this starting 11 that I'm looking at right now, look, this needs still a lot of work. But I do think this is probably, apart from, I don't know, maybe apart from Dessers over for Danilo, Balogun potentially over for one of the defenders, this will probably be our starting 11 for that game against Heart of Midlothian. That will probably be our first starting 11 for that game against Heart of Midlothian. Butland, Tavernier, Suter, Davies, Yefty, Baron, Diamande, Lawrence, Wright, Cortez and Dessers, if there's no more players coming in through the door. But having said that, I want to look at Cherney and potentially bring him in through the door. And, well, he's already in through the door, sorry, and put him in instead of Scott Wright on that right-hand side. That needs to happen. A potential striker to go in the place of Dessers. Or if Danilo's going to start, that would be even better. And then potentially there with that midfielder as well, over Lawrence. Hannibal potentially over Lawrence. So we'll have to see with regards to it. But as stated, that's probably going to be our starting 11 or there or thereabouts with regards to it. But again, there's still a lot of work to do. But I'm going to let Rangers give us a chance. Of course, we still have another week to go. We have been making moves this week. You've seen Sam Lammers go out the door. You've seen Jose Cifuentes close to leaving. You've seen Goldson close to leaving. Hadji potentially leaving soon. Cantwell leaving very soon as well. and you're starting to potentially see the players that we are linked to. So there is still a lot of work to be done. And yes, I do feel it is very, very late in the window to be doing it. I know we're only in July. But I mean, I like, as I said at the start of the stream, for our players to sort of bed in with each other across pre-season and play a few games together, rather than coming in straight going into important games like Champions League qualifiers and like Scottish Premiership games. But as stated, there is no other choice that we've currently got. But that starting 11 is probably, bar Cherney coming in for right, will probably be our starting 11 against Hearts. And as you can see, the squad depth to our bench, still not good enough, still not enough depth there for us, and he's still thinking that there is some weaknesses within our starting 11, especially looking at that number 9 position as well. Again, I keep on saying time and time and again, and I don't want to feel bad, I don't want to make Dessus feel bad and feel like I'm bullying the guy. I'm not bullying the guy, and I don't want to make him be horrible. I don't try and strive like that as a person, but Dessus isn't good enough to play for Glasgow Rangers. It's simple as that. Yes, he can be a bench option. I don't care if he goes out the door, whatever, he can be a bench option, but he can't be our starting number 9 next season. There's zero chance that can happen. My ticker's not going to be able to take it. I don't think much of you are going to be able to take it. Dessus being our sort of starting striker next year, it just can't happen. So already there's already 2 better strikers within our division. You know, Mivioski and Shankland, they could be coming in through, we could be bringing them in through the door, and there would already be an upgrade in that position. And that would cost us what we've just got for 2.5 million euros for Sam Lammers. So again, it needs to happen. Dessus needs to not be starting. Then looking further down, I see Wright still in that starting 11. I do think Cherney will come in, well, he will be coming into that position. Wright will not be starting there. Hannibal will probably come in as Lawrence. I do think Lawrence is actually a good backup option anyway to have in that position. So Lawrence and Hannibal could potentially, that Hannibal could be the upgrade with regards to that situation. And then looking at that centre-back position as well. My goodness me, Suter and Davies. Now, as I said, I don't mind Suter, and I actually don't mind Davies too much, but we need a proper centre-back to come in through the door. We need someone that's going to, better an upgrade on all of them. That's just going to be the first name on the team sheet. We need that kind of centre-back signing statement. We need someone that's going to come in and be our rock at the back. That Connor Goldson has been, not most recently, but when he first came in, he was kind of the first name on the team sheet. We need a new player like that that's going to come in and play every single game. That's what we need with regards to the centre-back position. So there's still a lot of work to do there with regards to that. And then, of course, the midfield. I think we just need a little bit more experience there. I like the look of Barron. I think Barron's really impressed me so far in pre-season. And it's not been hard to impress me in pre-season, by the way, because everyone else has been dog shit. But Barron, I've seen glimpses of stuff that I think, actually I can get behind this boy. He looks like a good addition. He looks like a good signing. Still a young player, someone with a high ceiling, but a lot of potential. But I do think we lack potentially maybe just a bit of experience there, and that's what that Jordan could maybe bring in that midfield. But still a lot of work to go, guys. I'm not going to rant and rave, but still a lot of work to go for this Rangers team. But we've got to give the board and give the Rangers hierarchy a chance. They are working in overtime by the looks of things, trying to get players off the books and also try and bring players in through the door. But anyway, guys, let's see who's in the live chat, guys. Thank you for tuning in. As always, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts on the score predictions down there in the live chat. Let me know your concerns about Rangers if you want going into the new season. And yeah, let's talk a little bit what you've got. Let's have a little topic. Sorry for my ranting and raving with regards to the starting 11. If you've got anything to add to that, again, let me know down there in the live chat what position you would like to see bolstered. And is there any targets that you would like to see? Now, good to see Aldo, mate. OG guy. I love Aldo, big OG. The Catalyst, Selena, good to see. Donald again is a OG. William OG as well, man. Some of these guys have been watching these live streams for 3 or 4 years, and I appreciate you guys. You guys are the rock of this channel. So yeah, thank you for tuning in as always. Brap says, Des's right tab, same old faces, woeful. Oh yeah, I didn't even get onto Tavernier there. That's where my eyes are just my eyes are just like set straight on there. Tavernier, guys, Tavernier sneaked into the right back there. Look, I love Tavernier, favourite player. A favourite player has been at Rangers for the last 9 years, but it is time for Tavernier to go. Sorry, we do need a new right back. Sorry, my eyes are just focused, just saying like Tav's undroppable. I didn't even look at that. I was just like just scanned over that starting 11 there. I was like, oh yeah, Tavernier's still in there. Yeah, of course, Tavernier needs to go as well. Or at least anyway, we need to be bringing in a backup for Tavernier for sure. It's mad how he does that to you, Tavernier. But yeah, I do love Tavernier. No disrespect to him. He has been my favourite player. But it is time to move on, probably go our separate ways. But I couldn't believe that. Yeah, I just skimmed past him there. But yeah, we do need an upgrade. Sorry, I can't get my words out. An upgrade on James Tavernier as well. That's a needs must. Rangers 1882. I've been watching these lives for 3 years. Thank you, my man. I am Rangers till I die. I know I am. Sure I am. I'm a bear it till I die. Yes, nice to see. Desses will get Clement the sack and get him out ASAP. Mate, it takes time. It takes time. We do need to. It's a needs must. We do need to get Desses out of the football club. Oh, not out. I mean, look, it's probably best for him to go elsewhere. And if we can get some money for him, then great. But, sometimes he might be good for a bit of squad depth, maybe. But there's no chance this boy can start as our starting number 9 for the season. No chance. It can't happen. I'm sure the Rangers, but I know the Rangers board are pretty stupid, but surely we can't. Surely. We're going to go for another year of Desses up front, being the striker. I know Danilo's there, and I sometimes forget about Danilo, to be fair, just because he's been gone for ages. I think that Danilo's been gone for a very long time, with injury. And sometimes I do worry about players that had long-term injuries like that. And I'm like, can you really rely on him? And whilst I do believe that he can be very, very good this season, sometimes it's a huge risk to put all of that weight and expectation on a player that's just come back from a half a season out. So I would stick by it. I know I know a lot of the Rangers fans want to see Shankland. But even if Clement didn't fancy Shankland, didn't fancy Bojan, didn't fancy some other player, let him go out there and pick who he wants. Let Niels Cooper go out there and pick who he wants. But either way, troops, they need an upgrade on the striker position. Since when Desses wants to stay forever? I know, madness. Judge Clement on his team, he's inherited a bunch of crap from the last 2 managers. Well, true. Yeah, true. No, that's what I'm saying. I do think we've got a decent team. Like, I don't care. Like, listen, I'll give you my opinion, right? And it sounds probably pretty. Some Rangers fans are going to be like, Dan, shut the fuck up. That's not how we operate at this football club. But I'll be honest with you, right? I've said it before. I don't care. I kind of accepted the fact that Celtic are going to win the title. I kind of accepted that Celtic are going to overtake our trophy tool. I've accepted it, It's kind of going to happen, We've been short-term approach for so long now. For so long as a football club, it's not worked. We throw shit at the wall. Sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't. I think we got fairly lucky with 55. To be fair, we were patient with approach, but we shat the bed afterwards. And to be fair, that should have been that platform to guide us onto bigger things and special things. But look, now I'm at the position now watching Rangers over the last 2 seasons, and I'm looking at it now and going, you know what, I'd rather just get a project and get behind a project with the rest of you. You look at Arsenal down in the Premier League, for instance, PSV, what they've done in the area of the VZ. Sometimes short-term pain for long-term gain is what with the approach we've got to kind of go over and just accept that there might be teething issues this year. But if we start to see a team that we can get behind, a style of play that we can get behind, some new young players that are, building themselves up, getting used to the football club, getting better as the weeks and days go on, then I can buy into that. I can literally buy into that. It's just I can't buy into a project where we lose titles and it's the same old faces every single time and we're not making change in those positions. But it looks like we're making those changes this summer and maybe bringing in a new guard, bringing in a new team. That will take time to sort of gel. But as long as we can see the steps, I feel, as my opinion, as a Rangers fan, I feel, I would accept that. I would accept that. But it doesn't mean obviously I don't want us to be trophyless this year. Absolutely not. But I can accept losing the title as long as we look like a cohesive unit. We look like a team that's just getting better and better and better as the season goes on. Maybe the project could be, right, we do whatever we need to do this year, and then we add the final pieces next summer, and then it starts to look like a well-oiled machine, and then we go on for a dominant era where we go on and win 3-4 titles in a row. I can see that. Look what Arsenal are kind of doing. Yes, some people would say they've not won the league, but they still, they've had a long process where Mikel Arteta inherited dog shit. Put the team all together, and then eventually, you know, now they're starting to look really good. And if it wasn't for Pep Guardiola, they would have won X amount of trophies. But fortunately for us, Pep Guardiola isn't in our league. And then, of course, you're looking at PSV Eindhoven, where Ajax were dominating, hoovering up every trophy, Europa League final, Champions League semi-finals, and then PSV slowly in the background, you know, getting their ducks in orders and trying to build a bit of a team. And look at them now. Last year they were close. I think Feyenoord went on to win the league, but we seen it because we started playing them. The first year they got papped out against us in the Champions League, but there was still a young team there where they actually went on to do well in the league and then went on to win the KNVB Cup. But they had a really nice core of young players, a good coach at the time as well. Then in the summer they added a few more pieces to the jigsaw and they went on to dominate the league last year. They won it, you know, they missed out on they won the title and lost one game the whole entire season. They did well in the Champions League. They did well in European competition. And then of course, now in the summer, Ajax look like they're still in a bit of a mess. Feyenoord, you know, they've just lost their manager. And this is the moment where PSV again add a few more bits and pieces to their team this summer and go on like a 3-4 titles in a row thing. And that's the sort of project I can get behind as a Rangers fan. But I know there's a lot of Rangers fans, of course, that won't really want to get behind that, want to demand success now. And you guys are in every right to demand success at all times. That's what this football club's been built on. Success, trophies, winning matches, all that sort of stuff. I completely get it. But sometimes I just think our approach, the short-term game approach, just hasn't worked for us. And we need to maybe look at a different one, which hopefully we're going to start doing. But no, guys, we're about to get started anyway. I don't think there's going to be a 15-minute delay this week, is there? I'll have a little look on Twitter nonetheless. I bet there's going to be another 15-minute delay, is there? What have we got? Is it a 15-minute? Oh, fuck it, mate. Twitter, dude. Mate, you go on Twitter, man, or X as it's called now. You just see some random people just get like chopped up and dead. I've just seen some guy jumping off a diving platform and his leg snaps and gets stuck into the floor. What the heck? I'm laughing at that, sorry. It was more of an awkward laugh. Don't worry, I'm not too sick. But yeah, we're waiting for I think we're waiting for kickoff now. As I said, the players are out on the pitch, ready to go. Tavernier captain, guys. And the team lineups is as follows. Tavernier is starting at right back, Butland in goal. Davies, Suter are centre-back partners. Then you've got out on the left, you've got Yefdi. In the midfield is a midfield three of Baron, Mohamed Diamande, Tom Lawrence, and up top we've got Scott Wright, Cyril Desses, and Oscar Cortez. It's a big moment for Oscar Cortez for me this season. I liked the start he had at January before his injury, but so far in pre-season really shown that level. But we'll see over time if he can go right to that level anyway. Arsenal and PSV are well-run, successful clubs. Shite was your point. No, mate, that's not true, mate. Like Arsenal, as I said, I don't like Arsenal, but Arsenal were championing for their owners to go out the door. They weren't a well-run club. That's not true. And PSV weren't happy with the way that their club were run at one point. So that's not true. That's not true. What are Union Berlin going to learn from playing a team for Hamden, Mount Florida? I don't know, mate. Bring back McCarry. Staunch Dan. Good to see Bob McBob. One of the OGs there as well. Opinion on Stevie Cool 1872. Was that a guy in the chat, is it? The Catalyst says Scotty John Mate. Stevie Boy. Or Celt. Yeah, anyway. Enough of that crap, guys. Anyway, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. And do subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. We are about to get underway here in Berlin for Rangers' final friendly of the pre-season. We've had a honking pre-season. It's been absolute stinking. But look, this is the final one before it gets all real. But we have started kickoff here. What we want to see is a bit more from our team. We want to see a bit more of a cohesive unit. And Union Berlin are a good challenge, especially ahead of the Champions League qualifiers that we've got coming up very soon. They actually did beat Dynamo Kiev, funnily enough, who are likely to be our next opponents next week. Here comes Oscar Cortez. Oscar Cortez into the area. Lovely ball! Oh! Beautiful ball into the area there. And that's the kind of balls we're kind of missing. Here's Yefdi. Be interesting to see how those two sort of link up. Ball down to that right-hand side here again for Rangers. Rangers, decent start. I'm just watching a wee bit of the Olympics. Who do you think will be the vice-captain? It's got to be Butland, doesn't it? It's got to be Butland. But I do think Tab's going to go. I do think Tab's going to go at some point this summer. I do think he's going to go. So I think Butland will be the captain of Rangers Football Club. Following that, who are you going to say is the vice-captain? I mean, it'll probably go on seniority. So you're probably looking at maybe John Suter, Tom Lawrence, one of the old dogs. Who else would be there? Vice captain. I don't know. Probably John Suter. Tom Lawrence will probably be there in the leadership group as well if he's sticking around. But I'd probably go with that. Someone a bit older. But I quite like. I tell you what, the signings I quite like. I quite like the look of Connor Barron. And while some people, we've always been snobby of signing Scottish players. I don't know why. I don't know what it is actually about it. Obviously, some of your heroes, especially people my age, would be all the Scottish players. Especially when I was, sort of growing up. You think of the likes of. Actually, I don't want to say who one of my heroes was. he's a dickhead these days. But no, yeah, you the strikers, Chris Boyd and all these sort of players that you really loved. I know Nacho was Spanish, but he was kind of Scottish. Ball went out. There you go, Union Berlin up for a corner. Hudson Fuentes is to become the highest paid player in Aris Thesaulos' history. I don't know how to say that name, Alan. Sorry, bro. They are obliged to buy him for $5 million and pay him £24,000 per week. That's good. At least we're getting him off the bills. I was surprised by Jose Cifuentes, and I think a lot of you guys were as well last year. I know with Bill and his sort of experiment that he did, look, he just chucked shit at a wall and a few of them stuck, didn't they? I mean, Seema stuck and Butland stuck, of course, but he did just chuck things and just see what happened. He didn't really have an approach to it. And with Jose Cifuentes, that was the one that I was kind of like, I'm actually excited, because Lammers and Dessers even then didn't fill me with confidence because they had no goals in any of their games. But Jose Cifuentes one looked like a bit of a baller, didn't he? And then that's why I've started to not really rate MLS now. Because we've had Sands, we've had Matt Polster, they've stunk the place out. And you've got like Mikey Johnston going out there and being like the best player in the league, and he couldn't get a game for Celtic. So, I think we have to have discussions and conversations about the MLS. But I wouldn't really recruit from there. Jose Cifuentes was guff. But here come Rangers, by the way. Rangers started quite well, albeit it's 4 minutes into this game, but a little bit better than the monstrosity that we seen against Birmingham. Although I'm going to hold reservations, it's only been 4 minutes, but we look a lot better than we did against Birmingham so far, for those of you not watching the game. Is that the same Dundee that can play on their own pitch? Oof. Ball out to that left-hand side here for Berlin. Oh, Union Berlin coming through. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. I just applauded that we were playing pretty well and Union Berlin had just taken the lead. Fuck's sake. Sorry for my French. Oh, my goodness me. 1-0 up, Union Berlin. And this is what I'm saying. Our defence is still honking, man. Whilst I was filled a little bit of confidence with the attacking going forward there. Fuck's sake. That was honking, man. Good bit of play from Berlin, though, to be fair. Decent ball in. Yeah, just cut through us. No problem. The defence is not organised. The players are all over the joint and just picks out some space. I think Cortez is trying to track back there. Butland maybe could have done better. But, too disorganised in terms of the defence. We just look like we're all over the place. And Berlin take the lead. Defending, shocking. You're right, Aldo. Absolute honking, man. Honking. Absolute stinking. Troops, if you haven't already hit the like button, I know the score's stinking, but please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're closing on 30,000 subscribers. We're still a little bit away, but still, madness for a YouTube channel in the sort of Scottish football niche. We're doing pretty well, guys. So closing in on 30,000. So if you can hit the subscribe button, that'd be absolutely amazing. Here comes Union Berlin, though, again. I actually applauded that we started okay that first 4 minutes, but I told you, probably not laud us too much because that defending was absolutely howling. As John says, pathetic. Robert. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do, troops. Everyone's complaining about people coming into the live chat that are Celtic fans. I'll put it on subscribers only. So then if you're in the chat, there you go. It's changed. So the settings are on to subscribers only. So then it's just Rangers fans for you, troops. Happy? Then at least they've got to subscribe for 5 minutes. Ball out to that left-hand side here again for Rangers. Chance to move forward is Yefty. Oh, good to see Steve. Interesting. It's good to see actually how many Celtic fans are subscribed to me. I like that. I did. I just changed the subscribers only. Now I'm joking, but if you want to subscribe, guys, you're more than welcome. I don't mind a bit of banter, like from everybody, by the way. But just keep it Figme. I don't mind a little bit of banter between rival fans. It's good. Ball out to that left-hand side here again. Here's Yefty. Rangers into the box. Chance for Rangers now. And again, just cleared away there by Union Berlin. I want to see what our set-piece approach is. Probably be Tavernier tactic. NH999 says, I think I know this season is going to pan out. I mean, look, boys, it's always an interesting one, how it's going to pan out. You don't know sometimes. If we get some players in, like I hate to revert and compare ourselves to Celtic, but I'm going to say something. Here's Barron quickly. Barron with a shot chance for Rangers, and again blocked there by Union Berlin. Yeah, look, listen. Remember the year we won 55 in the summer? You know, we were going on and we're going to go win these titles. And the next title, we were going to go 2-3 in a row and all that sort of stuff. And Celtic were in a shambles. You know, it took them ages to get a new manager in through the door. Players were leaving their club like what we're currently experiencing now. You know, Edouard left, Christie left. There was a lot of anxiety in the sort of Celtic in their area. But what they bought into. And I don't really like to applaud what Celtic do, nor do I really rate them, their team now. But what I would say about Ange Postecoglou is he came in and he took responsibility of recruitment. He got rid of the players that let down the team, I suppose, from the last year, and realised the players that he didn't want at the club. And whilst there were some teething issues, they got behind it. They got behind the project. So I think if you can see that there's some players there that. With some, here come Union Berlin again, another chance for a second one, and some defended there by Rangers, goes out for a corner. So if you look at it potentially like that, where Ange kind of came in, he brought his own players in, they got a likeable bunch of players with a decent ceiling, and then they started to buy into the project, and it took some time. At the start of the season, I think they lost to Hearts, actually, funnily enough. They went on to lose, they were out at the Champions League, they went on to lose a lot of games, and people were actually comparing him to, Pedro Canacia. And I think by October, people were really talking about potentially, is he going to be sacked? But I suppose they kind of believed in what he was trying to do, and I think that's what Rangers kind of need to adopt, is have that mentality towards this new project. Get rid of all of the dead wood, the wood that's been rotting, the rotting apples that have been causing this team to lose for loads of years, and get some new fresh blood in, but also expect that it might take a little bit of time. He might get off to a turbulent start, but you never know. He might go on and kick on and still have a very successful season. Because one thing I would say about the other side, as I've just gave them a compliment for their time under Ange Postecoglou, they're not that great now. There was not too much difference between the two teams last season. We just shat the bed, that was all. And they've not really made any additions, albeit, yes, there is some more time to go in the transfer window. But they haven't really made too much additions. They've not taken a giant leap ahead. So we'll have to wait and see with what happens to them. But they're not that far and out. They're not driving into the sunset just yet, like they probably should have been, to be fair, with the amount of money that they've kind of got. But they're not too far away from us. And that's the whole thing. Once we get a decent group of players in and we can believe in something and believe in a project, I think we could be pretty unstoppable and we could go for something really special. Anyway, absolutely shocking. Defense is a disaster. Yeah, Craig, I've been saying that for a while, mate. I think, people have been saying stuff about Goldson and getting rid of Goldson is the answer. But I think the thing is with Goldson, we've just never tried to better Goldson. So getting rid of Goldson isn't the answer. It's bringing in a better player, someone who's better than Goldson. Is Davies and John Suter the answer? No, I don't think so. I don't think any of them are. But people championing at the end of last season, Balogun. Balogun was all right. But the guy's 37 years old. Yes, he's a good player. Yes, he plays for the badge. Yes, he knows what it means, that sort of saying that gets thrown around. But the guy's never played 38 games in a season in his whole career. He's not going to be doing it this year. He's a good backup option, but we need a new centre-back. We need a centre-back that's going to come in. And there's a boy, I think Alan Austin. Alan Austin actually put me onto him. And if Alan, you're watching, bro, you can let me know in a second. But the boy from Storm Graz, was he a centre-back? Was he a midfielder that you suggested? Either way, I looked into him a little bit. And essentially, he's available for maybe 3. And he's a winner. And he's won the league this season in the Austrian Bundesliga. Tav is honking the whole defence. Is honking midfield, no quality. Forwards are bad. I feel sorry for Clement. Ball forward again here for Rangers. Rangers looking to try and get themselves up the park. Out to the right-hand side. Robert says we'll get there next Saturday. Hope you're right, mate. At least you've got more confidence than all of us. Here's another chance for Rangers. Trying to get up the park is Dessers. Chance though. Oh, round the keeper. Oh, it's in. Yes, Rangers are going to go. Yes. Equalizer. Good bit of play from Rangers there, to be fair. A lot better. It's Cyril Dessers with the goal. And no, I don't think he's the answer just because he scored that goal. But it's a goal. It's a goal. Yes. Goal. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Dinky Short says, who will hit 56 titles first? Oh. You know what? If I go with my heart, it'll be Rangers, of course. But I don't know, man. I don't know if I could say that. I don't feel like I can admit that. Bit in my head, do I realistically think we'll hit 56 titles before them? Probably not, mate. Probably not. And it's sad. It's actually really, really sad that I feel that way. But you never know. As I said, the gap's not too far away. But I'm hoping, hopefully. I hope. As I said, I don't want to, but hopefully we can hit that marks. No, I do think, as I said, I know it's probably not staunch, but it's not the Rangers thing to say, but I just think we've kind of just got to let this most trophies thing go for a moment and just go for more of a long-term approach. As I said earlier in the video, earlier in the live stream, it's got to be more. We just got to buy into more of a long term and, take a step backwards to take 2 steps forward sort of thing. And I think we will have our time again, but I think we just need that short term bit of pain now, which I think is going to be like, you're thinking, well, we've already had pain for ages. But I mean, you know what I mean? New bits of pain, I suppose. Growing pain. The gap's not too far away, says Ian. It's not, mate. It's not too far away, I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, we have made an arse of it recently, to be fair. But who knows? You never know. We never know. Short-term pain, love. Yeah, that... Andres. Oh, Tom Lawrence has just picked up something. Did Dessers close his eyes? Probably. To be fair, from this game, I know it's the opening 18 minutes. 16 minutes, sorry. But we do look a lot better than we already... I mean, it's not going to be like... It's not going to be hard. Like, I know our defence is a calamity, but... We have looked a little bit better than we have against Birmingham, to be fair. I'm not looking at it as a complete write-off. I mean, the defence is absolutely howling, but we're not a complete write-off. I mean, we're actually looking not too bad. We're actually passing to the intended player, you know, kind of creating something, albeit it's not the prettiest ever, but it's still a lot better than that Birmingham game. That's what I would say, personally. And as I said, it's not hard. Birmingham was absolutely stinking. Glasgow Blue Boxing fan says, my nephews are 13 and 14. They don't know the real Rangers. It's sad. Yeah, I know. I suppose there's like... I was through the end of it, sort of the noughties, obviously. But, yeah, I suppose there's people there that see it in a different way. Rangers like more of a side of the past. Which is why sometimes I do fear for that, you know. Sometimes I fear. That's why I kind of like... I do fear that team living in the past, you know, talking about the times where we were great. You know, I don't want to be one of those teams that just talk about the good old days. You know, I want to be a team or a club that's constantly winning and winning trophies and silverware and playing at the highest levels of football, not kind of with our board's mentality where they kind of wheel people out and just be like, oh yeah, these were the days, these were the good old times, you know, because you can't sit on that throne forever. Ball comes forward here for Union Berlin. Well, sometimes I'm scared that the board do that. I feel like the board sometimes are like that, you know? They're a bit the good old days sort of people. But yeah. Sorry, Alan, I seen your comment earlier. You were saying something earlier, and Alan's quite insightful sometimes. He does comment quite a lot on the videos. That was it. Affenberg, the centre-back internationals. We need to get a right good look at the Bordeaux squad list. They're all available as free agents. Internationals in there. Affengruber, the centre-back at Sturm. Let's get him up quickly. Affenberg, what's his situation? Because I did take a little dive into him, and he looked quite a good player. And quite young for a centre-back as well, I thought. But also at the same time, he had a lot of experience. David Affengruber. Let's have a little look at him. Here come Rangers, by the way, on the attack again. Chance again. And that's cleared away there by Union Berlin. Yeah, so he's 23 years old, this David Affenbrugger, right? Plays in Austria. I think, is he Austrian as well? Yeah, I think he's Austrian as well. And what is he? A free agent now? But either way, he's been playing at a decently high level. I think one of the Union Berlin players have gone down. I think the referee's making a decision on what he's going to say here. Is it a free kick? Is it a penalty? Is it a penalty? Fuck's sake. Yeah, it's a penalty. Fuck's sake, man. Well, hopefully... better get used to this year with the Scottish officials, troops. A few of these bad boys handed out to us this year. Penalty to Union Berlin. Penalty. I mean, that, as I said. Does anyone like Butland's jersey? You like that shirt or not? I don't know if I like their black stripes. Kind of silly. So a chance now for Union Berlin. From the penalty spot. Can they take the lead again? Oh, and it's in the back of the net. Berlin 2-1 up. Converted the penalty. And to be fair, it's subjective if you thought that was a penalty. I didn't think that was a penalty in my opinion. I mean, I'll have to look at the replay again, but he's converted it, and it's 2-1. It was Cyril Dess's Sam. Aldo says I can't watch Tab this season. Hopefully not, mate. Scott John says Matt Hummels is a free agent as well. He's got pedigree, but I think Matt Hummels has got another big move left in him. I think in terms of, not to say Rangers are not a big club, but I mean in terms of big pay packet. You know what I mean? I think Dortmund did want to keep him last year, of standing out in the Champions League. I think he's like looking maybe at a big pay packet like Saudi or USA or something like that. I can't see him coming to Rangers. But who I was thinking was Pepe. And now I know a lot of people would say, Dan, shut up with Pepe. But looking at our defence, would you take Pepe on a free now with the week to go to the season starts? I would. I don't care if he's 42 years old. I would be taking Pepe on a 1-year contract, paying him Goldson's wages to come into this team with a week to go. 1000%. And I know it probably sounds contradicting of what I said, but to be fair, it's a needs must. He's not available at McDonald's with cheese as a burger. Tav is costing us too much. Now his legs are away. He needs to go now. Well, he's not going to get too much. We need to get on the road. We need to get on the blower to Steven Gerrard. Ask him to take him away. You know, Gerrard does owe us a favour after sort of walking out and costing us a title. He kind of needs to maybe do us a little favour, sticking a £5 million bid for Tavernier. That'd be amazing. And to be fair, Tav would suit quite well for the Saudi League, to be fair. I think he'd do a good job there, playing that team. Here come Rangers again. Ball cleared away there by Union Berlin. Another chance now for Rangers. There's a chance. Quite open there, Berlin, though. This is not a real representation of what we're going to be getting in the Scottish Premiership, as you know. John says, keeping up the record of losing in pre-season, at least we're consistent. Consistency is key, my man. Consistency isn't key. 42-year-old Pepe on 50k a week. It's not my budget, but look, obviously it's not my first choice, Pepe. But looking at our defenders now and his performance at the Euros, he's a level above all the ones that we've currently got. I would take him for a year, just because of the situation we're in now. Yeah, McKinley. Ball forward down that right side. Here comes Union Berlin. I know it's a subjective one with Pepe. I'm half joking, half not joking. But with a week to go to the season starts, if we're going to be starting with Davies and Suter, I would take Pepe. Sure, if that was the only option we could get anyway. It would be an upgrade for sure. Ball out to that right hand side. Is another opportunity now here for Rangers. Balogun is better than Pepe. Come on, mate, don't. Did you watch the Euros? As I said, I'm not saying he's the answer to Rangers. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you can't say he's better than Balogun. No, you can't say Balogun is better than him. No way. I mean, everyone's got an opinion, so I don't want to make out my opinions right, but come on. Pepe's better than Balogun, 1000%. Ball forward here for Rangers. Down the left-hand side is another opportunity now. Come on, Rangers. So I want to see a bit more creativity. It's 25 minutes played. I just want to see a little bit more from this team. I want to see, we don't need to win this game. I just want to see something that we've got like a bit of a system. We're passing nicely, like losing the passes and losing the ball in the middle of the park like that. It's the same kind of shit that we seen last season. But here's Butland. Butland out to the left-hand side. Pull forward again now here for Yevdi. There's got to be some free agents we can afford to pay that could do a job for us. Goldson shouldn't have been extended after his failed Bosman exit. I know. Hindsight, innit? Hindsight. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered anyway because we were left with James Sands and Leon King for the whole of the Champions League campaign anyway. So, as I said, hindsight's a wonderful thing. But, yeah, he wanted to go out the door. But he just didn't get a good enough option, and that's why he stayed put. But it was the right decision at the time. But the thing is with Goldson, we never tried to better him. It was always Goldson is like the pinnacle. Like, he wasn't even the best centre-back in the league, do you know what I mean? But we never went above and beyond to try and get a replacement for him. It was always, we'll find someone to partner Goldson or replace Goldson's partner constantly. But there was never an time where we were like, nah, let's try and get someone who's better than Goldson. We never did that. Goldson should have went after the Hibs Cup final defeat. Hampden lose. Oh, yeah, that was bad. I mean, it was only 3-1 in that game at half-time as well. Can't believe he said that at that time. If you listen to Clement's recent comments, he himself is worried about the season ahead. Do we give them time to rebuild, or are we going to call for his head in a couple of months' time? Well, I can't speak for everyone in the fan base. You know, look, the thing about Rangers and why I would say, look, we followed this club for a long time. Rangers is an extremely hard place to play. It really is. Like, I think, you know, I do have my eye on a lot of football, whether it's the Premier League, whether it's whatever. Like, you know, I do have my eye on a lot of, you know, leagues and stuff like that. And Rangers, I think, is probably one of the most hardest places to play because, yes, when it's going well, it's great. And we also have, like, probably, I would say, the best fans in Europe. And I'm not just saying that from a biased point of view. I've explained many times why I think Rangers fans are the best in Europe. But we can also be quite toxic. I think, not all of us, obviously, but we can, as a fan base, be very impatient. You know, you just have to be at a home game at Ibrox and just, you know, miss pass and you hear grumblings and stuff like that. It's hard to, you know, mentally think about yourself in that position. Like, because we're not footballers, we all like to think that we would be the hero if you position yourself as a footballer. But, you know, not everyone's going to have a solid mindset and mentally strong, no matter as we always begrudge players for doing so. But it's tough. It's a tough gig playing at Rangers. And you've got to be mentally strong to come in through the door. And that's why. So, where I'm going with that is... Wait, where am I going with that? What were we talking about? No, Joel Matip. Yeah, Joel Matip's a free agent, but he's going to... Joel Matip's apparently going to Bayer Leverkusen, so I don't think he's going to be going there. No. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's a really hard place. It is a really hard place to go, and it can get really it can get really toxic. So if you come into play at Rangers, you know, you do have to have that mentality. You do have to have that mentality, and we've seen players, like talented players over the years, that have come in and just swallowed up by it. And you've got to have that mentality. You know, I compare it to almost playing for. Yeah, I think it's worse than what it's like. I think Man United is probably the most scrutinised club in the world. Or Real Madrid is. There's a lot of pressure playing for Real Madrid. But on a certain level, I'm not saying that Rangers are bigger than Man U and Real Madrid. And there's not as much of the world's eyes on our club as there is. But the core and being in the goldfish bowl that is Glasgow, it's tough. It's really tough. And that's why sometimes I do appreciate players' efforts when they do come to the club. But I do appreciate that Rangers isn't for everybody, and you kind of have to be mentally strong. But yeah, it's a tough gig. It is a tough gig. David, look, everyone's saying right, take you for instance, pal, shouting last season you hated the team. Right, okay. See, in my mind, right, when I'm saying I never said I hate the club. I didn't hate Rangers. I never said I hate Rangers. I hate the team, as in terms I hate the group of players that we had. And I still stand by that. They were a really dislikable bunch of people. I didn't like them, and that's my opinion on it. Yeah, maybe you could call me a bit toxic there, but I just crying out for a change like many supporters have been for over the recent years, and getting sick of the same players in the same positions year on and year out. And I just saying, it was a group of players where I'd be like, I can get behind him. He's a likable guy, or he's a likable player. So that's why I would say, that's why I was saying a bit like, I hate this team. I didn't say I hate Rangers. I said I hate the group of players that were playing for the badge. Danny, even some of the best players in the world say that Ibrox is one of the most intimidating stadiums in football. Yeah, I do agree with that one. Here come Rangers now again. Ball up the other park. Oh, shit. Oh. Going up the other end, Rangers. Oh, shit. Fucking TV, my Rangers TV just went off. Hold up, 2 seconds. Fucking thing. Oh, here come Rangers. Oh, chance, 2 goals. 2-2. Who's that? Tom Lawrence. 2-2. Rangers have got an equalizer. Just as my TV went off as well. 2-2. Rangers have got the equalizer. Good bit of play. And here we go. 2-2. At least we got 2 goals. And at least we got 2 goals from open play. Come up to that side. A little bit of skill there. Obviously that first shot deflected. But Tom Lawrence took the opportunity there on the rebound and put it into the back of the net. And Rangers have got a second goal. Stated, look, we're rank rotten at the back, by the way, but we're looking a little bit better at the front. I'm not saying that we're the perfect job, by the way. We're not at the perfect level yet, or at the required level. But saying that, we're better than we were against Birmingham. I know it went hard, but we've at least got something that we can grip onto and go like, oh, at least we're making something happen. Against a good team, by the way. Union Berlin are better than everybody. Union Berlin would win the Scottish Premiership. So, to a certain extent. Maybe not the team of last year, but the team of the year before, they would win the Scottish Premiership. So this is as hard as opposition you'll play domestically. I know it's still pre-season, but, we're showing what we can kind of do. But obviously in the Scottish League, it's different because everyone plays the low block. So it's a different kind of opposition that we're playing against. This is more of a team that would come up against in the Champions League qualifiers in sort of Dynamo Kiev. So I think in pre-season, we actually should have played against a few of these low block teams. Here come Rangers again. Ball out to that left-hand side. Rangers playing a lot better. I like what I see here. A little passing about. Nice bit of play there from Rangers. Out to the right-hand side now. Opportunity into the area. Oh, it was an opportunity there to get a third goal there for Rangers. But it just goes wide and that goes out for a goal kick. Tavernier's delivery. Is it the end yet? Is it? Oh, is it the end? Guys, do us a favour. I don't like to be a beggy Mitchell, but please do hit the like button. Let's get over to 100 likes. And then I promise you I'll leave you alone afterwards. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 30,000 subscribers. Not too far away. Thomas Parker, I honestly don't know how you got to that conclusion. He's had no time or money to do anything. He got us back from 9 points behind. Is utterly pish players. That's what my thoughts are with Clement. I do see people questioning whether he's the right man for the job and all this sort of stuff. But I think it's far too early to say. Like, we've chucked out blokes out, we've chucked out managers out all of the time. And now we need to get behind a project. We can see that the guy's capable. He's done something for us in terms of clawed back a deficit. We've seen something in Europe. We looked a little bit better. But he does need to be backed, the same way that Gerrard was backed. He needs to be backed like the same way that Michael Beale was given the keys and the key to the city. We need more players in through the door and his players. And I think only then you can really judge him. But I do think he's done enough to show us what he's all about. I mean, it's not Clement's fault as such that we lost to Dundee and Ross County and Motherwell at home. Sometimes it could be a little bit of his fault, but it's the players, the mentality. They were weak-minded. We don't want any more Todd Cantwells at the club. Guys that Todd Cantwell, the reason why Todd Cantwell wants to leave the football club is because he sits and reads Twitter. And if you were a man in the public figure or a female in the public figure, and you went on Twitter and read about yourself, no matter who you are, you can find the most popular person in the world. You'll always find negative comments about yourself. You'll always find negative comments about yourself. And Tom Campbell has just spent far too much time sitting on Twitter and scrolling and reading, some guys, like maybe some of your guys' comments when you've been frustrated him with it after a game. And then he's decided to leave the football club based on the Twitter comments that he's seen which is just a weak mindset, a weak mentality, genuinely. But it's a blessing in disguise because we can get 4 million quid for the player. 5 million quid we can get for the player. And we can get that weak mindset out of the club and use it as an emphasis going forward that, these kind of players aren't good enough to play. They're good, talented. Like Josh Windass was another one of them, but they don't have the mentality to play for the club. And as I said earlier on, half the battle is having a strong mindset to play for Rangers. You can be as talented as you want, but you can get sucked under. It's a hard club to play for. Ball out to the left-hand side now here from the Jazz. Barron. Down that right-hand side. It was an opportunity. Rangers playing quite well, actually. Nice passing. Oh, it's in the back of the net. Rangers are taking the lead. It's Lawrence again. I think my girlfriend might be in for a treat tonight in terms of we might have a good night. I won't be pissed off. I was maybe going to create a joke there, but I didn't want it to go viral. I don't want people saying so. No, is that... Oh, shit, 3-2. No, sorry, it's us 3-2. Sorry. 3-2 to Rangers troops. Sorry, I put the wrong score in that. Buzzing. Lawrence scoring. Yes. Happy days. Can you believe Rangers are scoring goals? 3 goals from open play. Tom Lawrence. He's on fire. Decent. Lucky. There we are. Yeah, Tom Lawrence hasn't been barked out the door. I don't mind Tom Lawrence, to be fair. His problem is just staying fit and healthy, ready to go. Yeah. No, I was only joking, troops. No, I was gonna take her out for dinner. Here in Vienna. See what's in lovely Vienna has to offer. 3-2 Rangers. Yeah, good score so far, troops. Happy days. I'm happy with that. Yeah, we're actually looking pretty good. Having said that, we're looking pretty good. We've done something pretty well. Our defence is honking but we're not playing too bad going forward. Chance now here for Union Berlin again. Well, we'll see what Lawrence is all about come that game against Hearts. He has a pretty poor injury record since he's joined the football club. And it only started when he joined us, by the way. He never used to be like that. Here come Rangers again. Blocked there by Berlin once more. Takes a shot. With his contract, do you sell him or extend him? Well, it's his time to shine this season. If he wants to stay at the football club, then... it's this season that he's got to be ready. He's got to prove it. For me. Then again, he's 30-odd years old. So at the same time, do you want to be offering 4-year contracts to players? If he's happy to play for 2 years, then we'll see. Here come Berlin again. But still, kind of worried about Rangers defending. Again, picked out again. And it's in the back of the net. That's problematic. That is really, really poor defending. Berlin have got an equalizer. This is quite good, I suppose, if you're it's a friendly, so there's a lot of goals. But it's quite an entertaining one. But my goodness me. It's defending. Defending's the problem. That's howling again. For God's sake, man. I don't know if I like that goalkeeper's jersey, by the way. Butland's shirt. I don't know if I like the black stripes at the bottom. That defence is honking, isn't it? How has he got that space? And you would like to sit and blame Tavernier. It's not Tavernier, it was Yefty's side. Who's that? Howling that is. That defending is absolute rank rotten. Stinking. That was honking, man. That defence is stinking. There's a lot of emphasis on us. Oh my God, they've lost the ball again. Here come Union Berlin again. Another opportunity. And Rangers just make the clearance away. But there's a lot of emphasis and a lot of talk, and rightfully so, talking about, bolstering the midfield. A lot of talking about Dessers and all this sort of stuff, which, yes, I still stand by. But that defence needs sorted out. And we've made... You can make Connor Goldson as the scapegoat all you like. Connor Goldson's out the door now, so he's not to be blamed. But having said that, that doesn't mean these defenders are the answer. They all need to go, yeah? I mean, Yefty's just came in. I feel sorry for the guy, but he was the problem. But even the centre-back's positioning in all our sort of defensive transitions is poor. We need to go out there and make a statement centre-back signing that's going to get all of these boys under control. He was offside there. Look, that's a potential there as well. We haven't got VAR to contend with, so that probably would have been ruled out if it was a competitive game. But still, it still says that. Our defence is still stinking. Here's a chance for Rangers now. Ball into the area, and again made a save there by the goalkeeper. Yeah, we need a leader in defence. We need to go out there and grab someone. A rock that's, who's going to come to the football club. Whether it be that David Affengrubber that plays for Sturm Graz. Even scored 7 goals. 2 assists as a centre-back. But either way, was Sturm Graz as they won the league. 23-year-old centre-back. Hey, by the way, that's a player that, you wouldn't say no to, for sure. Why did we bring in another poor defending fullback? But what I would say, William Wallace, on that one, yes, maybe, but we don't know. Yefty is still a young player. He showed that he's pretty good. Has dreams and aspirations of getting to Real Madrid. I like that one, but focus on Rangers first. We're getting too carried away. But at least we've got Ridvan there as well. I think Ridvan's a good option. But again, that right-back position, there's still no talk on what's happening with the right-back position. So that worries me, because it's either, Dujon Sterling's going to go there, or it's Tavernier. And it's not going to be Tavernier. I can't do another season with Tavernier at right-back. We need to bolster that right-back position as well. So a good right-back needs to come through the door, and certainly a centre-back. Ball forward again. A couple minutes to go till half-time. Troops, right, there's going to be something that's going to be different today, guys. Slightly different. So basically at half time I can't leave the stream running. I've got to send over a audio file to somebody, right? So what I'm going to do at half time is I'm going to end this stream, and I'll create a new stream, but I'll redirect you all over there afterwards, right? And then from there, we'll go live again when the second half starts. Sorry to be a pain. It's just I need to use my laptop to record something whilst half time's on, in terms of an audio file for one of my editors. So I'll grab it over there, but I'll be back ready to go for the second half. Sorry for the inconvenience. It's a bit of a mess, but we'll try and sort it out nonetheless. So sorry about that, troops. I'll sort it. I'll just set up a new live stream so you can still speak and all that sort of stuff in the other live stream, but I'll just make it now quickly. Friendly desktop. Oh, did I fucking delete something? Did I delete something? What the heck have I done there? The fuck? Ugh, well, right, I'll sort that out in a second anyway. But yeah, I'll do that, and then we'll go live afterwards again. Hold up, I'll set it up for 6. We'll go live at 6:05. 5:05. Details 505 605. There we go. 1605. Boom, boom, and there we go. Sorry about that, troops. It will happen anyway. Half time. Well, it is half time though, nonetheless, guys. That's up. Don't go anywhere. It will redirect you straight to the other one. You can still speak to everybody else in the chat. As I said, you'll be redirected, and then I'll get you back on for the second half. All right. So it's gonna end in the next sort of 2 seconds. It's gonna automatically redirect you to the new one. You can carry on chatting and all that sort of stuff, and I'll be back in ready to go for that second half. Sorry about the inconvenience. I'll be back in a